And we're here at the football practice fields with the Joel E. Smilow 54 head coach of football, Tom Williams, and just completed another one of the early spring practices here. And coach, before we get to the direct football stuff, something very important in terms of team building is going on April 23rd, a few days before the spring game. It's the Bone Marrow Drive, which has been organized by the team, and I know that's very important to everyone.
Absolutely. You know, Larry Ciotti had a friend who helped organize this at Villanova, and he presented it to me as something we could do as a team, and I thought it was great. We talked to our team and asked them the question, does anyone know anyone that's battling cancer? And everyone raised their hand, so something that hit close to home. We know Mandy Schwartz, women's hockey player, is battling leukemia, so we thought it was an important cause that we could do together as a team.
Now, on the field here, it's the early spring, but how the first few practices under your belt as a head coach felt?
Well, I'm excited about what we're doing. I'm excited about the coaches, the coaching that's going on the field, and the receptivity by the players. I think the enthusiasm is high. I think they're enjoying learning something new, and I think they're competing like maybe they've never competed before. So we're excited about where we are.
You mentioned the coaches, and your staff was recently fully announced. What are your comments on the group you've assembled?
Well, I think the best thing I can say about them is they are fantastic teachers. They really know how to communicate with young men. They know how to get the most out of them. They're great motivators, but they're excellent communicators, and I think our players are really loving what they're getting from them.
The last time we did a netcast with you, you were just hired and hadn't even had a chance to talk to the full team yet, I don't think. But now that you've got to know the players, what have your impressions been?
Well, obviously, when you're dealing with the kind of student that you get at Yale, that you're just dealing with the top quality people, and our players represent Yale to its highest. And getting to know these guys has been one of the highlights of the job, and I'm looking forward to continuing that and also bringing in our freshman class in the fall.
Have you had any big surprises, or what has been your biggest surprise to date?
You know, no surprises. I think the guys have done just about what we've asked them to do, and when we've had some hiccups, they've gotten them corrected. So I can't say that there's been any surprises.
I know April 25th, we mentioned, is the blue-white spring game, and there's a lot of festivities around that weekend, a barbecue and stuff, and it's, I think, a continued effort to just welcome everyone into this new version of a Yale football family.
Absolutely. You know, we've got a junior day that we're going to try to have around that day, and also we would like to invite some of the former players, you know, from the former Bulldogs, to come back and just reconnect with Yale football and just be around our team and feel good about that experience.
I know a lot of those alums, very recent alums and older alums, are very excited about this. When you were introduced to them at the banquet in New York at the Waldorf Astoria, the room was filled with excitement, and there were hushes of silence in a cocktail hour, which isn't too frequent an occurrence, but it happened. What is the sense you've gotten about the history of Yale football from talking to the alums?
Well, the tradition and history is important to them. You know, that's the first thing I think that I realized is how important that is, and we want to continue that and make it stronger. And certainly the men of Yale welcomed me with open arms, and I get a sense that they are excited in the direction of the program.
How much of what's going on this spring is evaluating versus, you know, maybe strict X's and O coaching versus just working all the kinks out with a new staff?
A little bit of all those things. You know, I'd say it's equally divided. You know, our biggest job right now in the spring is to evaluate what our guys can do well and to try to put them in position to be successful come the fall. But also we're implementing X's and O's, but that's a part of the evaluation process. You know, who can process the information and put it into practical application on the football field. So we're doing all those things simultaneously, and so far the results have been positive.
Seems like there's a lot of energy from the coaching staff, and it's feeding into the players just from watching a few minutes of practice before.
Yeah, I think that's an important part of the game. You know, I think it's important to play with energy. I think it's important to practice with energy, because on Saturdays it becomes a natural thing. It's not contrived, and that's something that we want to create here at practice.
All right, thanks, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Ron. I appreciate it. Go Bulldogs.
All right, that's Coach Tom Williams.